I just got this Verify complete water test. It was sent to me to test it out. And it's a great thing to have around just to keep an eye on what your water levels are. A lot of times we have filters on our refrigerators or Brita filters or things like that, or just tap water that we might be questionable about. So it's a great idea to be able to test that water. Or if you're moving into a new area and you want to see how the water is in that particular area. So this is going to be able to test for a lot of the things that could be in your water, and it's very simple to use. So I'm going to show you an unboxing, and then I'm actually going to test the water from my tap and then from my filter on my refrigerator. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is what you get in the box. So this holds all of the test strips. So when we open this up, you're going to have a few different packets of these. So these actually are able to stay sealed. So there's 20 test strips in each of these. And there are, I believe, 5 of these in here. So you're able to take these out and then use them and then put them right back in. What's nice about this bottle is that it actually has all of the testing information on it, and it shows you, for a particular thing, pH or hardness or iron, it shows you where the levels that you want it to be, and there's a little line that'll show you if it's green, it's good. If it's outside that area, then you might have a problem. The directions are right on here as well. So very easy to keep everything together. Just seal it right back in there, and you have all your test strips. So the other part of this is a bacteria test. So this actually takes 48 hours. This is a little bit of a longer test, but you have everything that you need in here for that, sealed, and you'll be able to do that test. And pretty simple to read. It's just going to be yellow or green to tell you whether you have an issue with bacteria in your water. So there are 2 of those in here. So we've got 2 of those containers. And again, those take 48 hours to test. It also has a little test tube in here to help you with those tests. And then it's got a lot of great information. The user guide here is very informative in telling you how to use it. Gives you a little information on some of these things in your water are a problem and some of them aren't. And it kind of goes through some of those and then how to use them. There is an EPA standards reference sheet. Again, this will tell you a little bit about some of the different things, lead, iron, sodium chloride, nitrate, and it'll go through and it'll tell you why you don't want those things in your water. For an example, the top one here is lead. It tells you the level that is okay. And what are the health effects? Deficit in learning ability for children, kidney problems, and high blood pressure for adults. So it's not just that you don't want those things in there, it actually shares why you don't want those things in your water. So lots of great information here. One thing to note that there is on the top here, there is a manufacture date. So this was manufactured on 6/6/26. I'm doing this video in August of 26, and it expires 2 years later. So you can only use these. They're only going to be quality for 2 years. So now let's take a look and let's test my water. So now I have water from my tap. So this came right out of my tap water. And then over here, I have from my refrigerator that actually has a fresh filter in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these strips out. And you can see it has all of the colors on it. And it says to dip this into the water for 2 seconds and then wait for 30 seconds. So in for 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to keep it flat for 30 seconds. So that's about 30 seconds. So now we have right on here, and we can line this up with that. And you are able to see the results of my test. So you can compare those to the safe numbers. So hopefully I am within, and that's what we got there. So that's from my tap water. So now we're going to try it out with the other one. Now again, we have my test strip, and this is the water from my refrigerator. So we're going to put that in for 2 seconds, and then we're going to let that sit for 30 seconds. Okay, so that's about 30 seconds. And then again, we can take this and put it right up against what's on here. And you're able to see all the different levels and see if there are any that are a problem. So super simple. We're able to see the results from both of those and get an idea of what's in my water. And I am happy to report that both of these strips passed. This is the one from my tap water, and this is the one from my filter, and both of them are within the level. So good news for New Jersey drinking water. So if you're curious what is actually tested in these strips, I'll go through the list. It is right on the back of the package. pH, hardness, hydrogen sulfide, iron, copper, lead, manganese, total chlorine, mercury, nitrate, sulfate, zinc, fluoride, sodium chloride, and total alkalinity. And again, it gives you the measurable, where you want them to be. And then again, in your packet, it does explain why you don't want these things in your water. So if you're looking for something to test your water, something that is simple, easy to use, and gives you clear and actionable results, just like we got on these strips here, very easy to read, very easy to understand, you're definitely going to want to check out the Varify product. Simple, easy to use, inexpensive, and definitely worth your time and energy to see what is actually in your drinking water.